Every week on AFTV Picks, we give away £1,000. And all you've got to do is enter our free-to-play competition and go head-to-head with me, win it, and this could be yours. Get involved right now, click the link in the description, and you can play, and it's absolutely free. All you have to do is be over 18 and have some decent football knowledge. So what are you waiting for? Get involved now, and you could win yourself £1,000.
Fade out background music. Hi and welcome to the pre-match build-up show with myself, Cecil Jee, and James B. As you can see, he's ecstatic to be with me, aren't you, James?
What was that?
It's a fade out. You know, when this morning.
I need to speak to Robbie. We need to get the tech or something. I can't have you singing every show.
Bro, I am the sound effects. We are the presenter. We've got to make this show. We're building it from the ground up.
He announced 1 second before we went live that he was going to do the sound effects. He goes, "I'm going to do the sound effects," and then just does it.
That's what it's about, guys. Hello, welcome. Obviously, we have Benfica today in the Europa League, and well, we're going to go through a lot today. We've got to talk about, obviously, how we beat Leeds. We're going to go through the goals, what to expect from Benfica, the Danger Man section. Dun, dun, dun. Do you like that one? And then we're going to build you guys 11s. I'm in such good spirits. The sun was out on the way here.
I'm glad you're in good spirits. I just hate your singing.
I am. My singing's not great. It's one thing that let me down. But in life... Anyway, back to the stats.
So Leeds,
right, guys. Yes, and just before we start, this video is sponsored by AFTV Picks. Do the AFTV Picks. Today's a share of £1,000. Get involved. Try and beat Robbie. Take his money off him. Like I said, he keeps taking our wages. So try and get it back. Make sure you do that. And then for the City game, Xbox Series X is up for grabs.
It's pretty mad, that.
It is mad.
Found a couple of PS4s, down Xbox Series X. Oh yeah, I mean, they're not bad prizes.
It is, they're great.
Yeah.
Right, let's look at Leeds, because that was, it was a great time. We absolutely...
It was a good day.
Absolutely smashed them.
I was actually driving in, I was listening to a podcast reacting to that game. I know it was a couple of days late, but I kind of just wanted to remind myself of I don't know, what people were saying about the game and stuff. And I've got to say, I thought we were very, very impressive in that game, because we took the game to Leeds. We didn't try and... Under Emery at times, I'm not trying to dig up Emery, but under Emery at times, I felt like we always played like we were the underdog. Like we over-prepared for the opposition. What I liked about this game was we were playing like the team who... like the better team. Like we went out and said, we're better than you. So I don't really care what your style is and whether you press and keep the ball and whether you're playing this... you know, new, incredibly expansive style of football. We're going to play our football and we're going to do it better. And it worked, and you're giving me a smile. Why is that?
There's a question building in my head, but I think it's harsh to answer it.
No, I'll go on then.
I was going to say, do you think if we play how we played against Leeds, against Benfica today, do you think it will work? Because in my opinion, I don't think it will.
I think it will. So actually, I've sort of, do you know what? I've jumped the gun here a little bit. Let me open something up. Arsenal versus Leeds. Here we go. So, I wanted to talk through the goals, but before I do, one of the things that I thought was a massive standout from this game was actually the starting 11. The reason being was that we saw these three players in particular come into the 11 in positions we perhaps didn't expect. Lacazette was dropped. I don't think a lot of people were expecting that. Aubameyang got the nod up front. Odegaard came in and played in the 10, and then we had Smith Rowe playing out on the left, which we've not really seen him do yet. He's done that for the under-23s before, but in this game, but for the first team, he's been playing in the 10. For this game, he was out to the left and Odegaard came in. Now, what I liked about that is what we've sort of typically been seeing from our striker is this kind of movement. There we go. Dropping into these spaces here to try and collect the ball from midfield and be a part of it. And what we've had is the wingers getting forward, wide, inside, whatever. That's kind of how it's been. You can almost form a V shape between the wingers getting forward and the striker dropping in. So you often had things like Lacazette and Smith Rowe with Pepe and Saka up the pitch, but we didn't have that against Leeds. We had something very different. Saka doing what he always does, that didn't really change, but we had Aubameyang, if we actually just move these players forward, we had Aubameyang often playing on the shoulder of the centre-backs, with Smith Rowe coming very central alongside Odegaard. And Saka held his width to a degree, but in that, Aubameyang was also pulling wide a lot, trying to stretch their defence, asking questions of Ayling and Shackleton as well, who's the right back. And so what we essentially had was still 2 players getting high and wide and trying to break the lines, and still 2 players coming central. Only the origins of where that came from were different. This time it was Smith Rowe from the left rather than Lacazette dropping deep. And what I liked about that was it showed a degree of flexibility and fluidity. Almost Arteta saying, I'll play different personnel and I can mix it up. And ultimately what we're doing is still the same, but we're asking different questions of the opposition without completely compromising our principles.
Yeah, I say obviously changing the personnel when Lacazette's in there, that results back to the first way that we play.
Right, yeah.
And what you showed there, dropping in deep, creating triangles. But then, yeah, Aubameyang being in there, we're playing to the striker's strengths, really. I
think so. I think we finally gave Aubameyang players around him who could help him exploit that space in behind. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember a few months ago I was talking to you about how other teams in the top 6 or the teams above us play a front 3? And I talked about how Leicester were kind of the most comparable to us because of Jamie Vardy. And Vardy and Aubameyang being very similar in the way they try getting behind. And their left winger is Harvey Barnes, who, yes, he's a dribbler, he can carry the ball, he can beat men, but actually he picks up the ball in pockets like Smith Rowe there.
Yeah.
And so it gets the best out of Vardy because that space is occupied and he's allowed to make the runs beyond, out wide, whatever. And Aubameyang benefited from that in this game. And if we look at the first goal, which I've got here,
James has spent a lot of time on these guys, and trust me, take this. I love this section because we don't have the rights to actually get the real footage. So James spends time doing this.
I have to recreate it.
I love, honestly, it's my faves.
I've tried to recreate 2 of the 4 goals we scored as sort of clearly as I can. This is the best example. Everyone's kind of in their position. Smith Rowe's out on the left, Aubameyang's up front, Odegaard and Saka are in their 10 and right wing position. Funnily enough, Jack is a little bit more advanced than Ceballos, but probably because the player's down his side. So, okay, that's the base for this attack.
Yeah.
If we just play it on, you see the movement of Smith Rowe in, and Aubameyang's already off. He is already looking to drag Ayling out.
Coached or do you think that's just instinctive of Aubameyang?
No, both. I think it's his instinct, but I think that this is all Arteta making this happen. I think let's not discredit him.
Yeah.
You know, we're harsh on him when it doesn't go. Not harsh on him, but we'll say it when he's got it wrong. I think this is all of Arteta's design.
Cool.
So it goes into Smith Rowe. He knocks it straight back to Xhaka, and Aubameyang's made his run, and at this point, he's coming left to get it, and he finds himself one-on-one with Ayling.
Yes.
And the beauty of it is Shackleton's come inside, Saka's occupying the other centre-back, the left-back, because he's making a run inside. So it's basically Aubameyang's one-on-one with their centre-back. Ayling's not even a centre-back normally.
Yep.
He plays right-back a lot. He's played there, but he's predominantly a right-back. He finds himself one-on-one, he's driving inside, comes inside, and I think, Mesley, I think, is expecting him to go far.
Of course.
And we've seen him score that goal a few times this season.
It's trademark, in my opinion.
Right. And what I loved about this was it was things we've tried to do coming off, despite having a different 11, a slight different tweak to kind of the formation roles, but ultimately kind of the same results. And it kind of shows to me that Arteta is still, to a degree, sticking to his principles. Aubameyang being one-on-one with the full-back or centre-back is what we want. Yeah. And they were doing that a lot earlier in the season. We were doing that a lot in Project Restart. And again, still having him up front, but ultimately the kind of fundamentals are the same. I want to play this through just sort of once more so you guys can see it as one. Oh God, I wish I could show the real goal.
Yeah, there's so much things to analyse.
There's so much to it, and there's a last bit there which you don't really see, but you can see from the arrows. If you look at Smith Rowe and Odegaard, Smith Rowe is charging into the box to get there. I think this is a midfielder who's hungry for goals.
Yeah.
He is desperate to get in on the act and get in the box. And Odegaard, I think, spots here. Aubameyang's one-on-one. Shackleton's out of place. So he's going to start making the run beyond Aubameyang to maybe offer that overlap.
Yeah.
Obviously, it doesn't really happen because Aubameyang scores the goals, but they are making that movement. Now, nothing really comes of it, but just remember Smith Rowe's movement because I want to look at the third goal. I don't know if you have any super chats or comments you want to take in the meantime.
I was going to literally just say, look at the comments, but a lot of them are just... There's a lot of spam, as always.
As always.
Pippa was in the comments earlier saying, wait, am I late? Pippa, you are. Hurry up and get here. They're saying, is there going to be a watch long? Yes, there is. Thomas Hall says, Tottenham scored, sad face. Damn. That's not good.
We don't care about that. Do you know, with these competitions, I don't worry about what anyone else is doing. I just worry
Do you
about...
not?
Well, if we're not through, does it matter if Tottenham are?
No, you're right.
You know?
You're right.
That's a good
thing. It's a good way to think about it. And there's some random stuff in here.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, will Aubameyang play, says Paul Don. Now that's a great question.
Something we're going to look at in a bit.
That was something we'll get to towards the end. All right,
So,
let's get this.
I want to play guys, this is my best attempt to recreate this goal and this Saka madness. Now, the penalties I didn't go into because it was a penalty. The Smith Rowe one as well. I didn't think there was too much to break down, but I do want to talk about this third goal here. I'll play it through, all in one. Saka here, he darts a few challenges, doesn't he? Goes out to Aubameyang eventually, comes inside, goes back wide to Aubameyang. Aubameyang knocks out to Bellerin, nods it to Smith Rowe. That's a lovely little ball.
Through the legs.
Yeah, it was a really, really lovely goal. Now, I kind of want to go through this goal frame by frame because it was...
Better put my feet up.
Well, I think, sorry. I'll try to do this as quick as I can.
It's fine.
What I think this was,
Go on.
it kind of went down as a little bit of a scruffy goal. Oh, look at Saka's brilliance.
Yeah.
And then a bit of quality from Surpassed and Bellerin scores. But actually, there is so much about the movement in this goal that I absolutely love. So firstly, it's Saka.
Yeah,
You've got to start with him. He's the one who... He drives inside.
I think many people watching would have said he held on for it too long. Before
maybe,
the goal, but they might be thinking, when it was happening, I watched the watch along, they were screaming, shoot, pass it, release it, and Laurie as well downstairs, but what he done, he kept the ball.
He did. And this might look like carnage to a degree, but I think a lot of it is actually calculated and coached and exactly as Arteta intends. So first thing to point out, Saka goes on this amazing run, but look where Surpassed is. He's the most advanced player. He's the highest up the pitch, so he's got up there to support, which I love. Bellerin's come inside to play as almost the inverted wing-back, and Odegaard's holding the space. So actually, despite everyone being all over the place, everyone is still picking up an area. We're not to one side, to the other side. And that's kind of the first thing I want to point out.
Just the next frame, just one frame ahead. Let me just see. I know it's going to be a small movement there. Okay, cool. So, this is why this kid Saka. I love this kid so much. What I want to say quickly, we spoke about it this morning about Pepe and him getting his form back, and he needs to choose when to do the right decisions, right? Saka here, when he had the ball in the first frame and this second frame here, may have realised, he might have looked up and realised there's no one occupying this space here between the goalposts, right in the centre of the box, where if you're off winger, that is when you say cross the ball. Someone's there, get the ball in the box. Aubameyang was drifting more and more back as Saka was coming across, creating a space. But it just showed, I think when you go to the first frame, you can see there's no one in the middle of the box. So instead, he might be thinking...
But you see, so you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
There's no obvious pass to him, so he's coming inside. But I think there is one moment where he could have potentially released it.
Okay.
So if I play this along... Let's go back. Sorry, let's go back one more. Apologies, guys.
This is why if we had the footage as well, because we know exactly. Hopefully, it's all. I know you spend time, so I'm sure everyone's in the exact positions. I'm not gonna.
No. It's. I want you guys to keep an eye on Emil Smith Rowe, who's just there on the edge of the box. You can see the arrows, him and Shackleton there.
Yeah.
As Saka comes inside, Smith Rowe makes a darting run into the middle, and almost finds himself going beyond Cooper. So actually there was a run, but he was quite far out. Smith Rowe is actually deceptively very fast. So he gets there.
Interesting.
But by this point, Saka has taken it, probably didn't think the pass was on, probably happened all a bit too quickly, didn't go for it. But when that didn't happen, there's a second run into the box from Cedric. So he's come in and gone beyond Saka.
Interesting.
So what we've had here is... Surpassed has moved out, Odegaard's coming in, Bellerin, there's not too much movement there.
Yeah.
But in the whole time that Saka's made that move inside,
people are
Smith Rowe's made a dart, brought someone across.
That's closing the space.
Didn't happen.
That's closing the space really.
Right, it is, and I think Cedric to a degree did close the space.
Because he could have probably let off a shot there. It kind of made up his decision to give the ball, in my opinion.
Yeah,
to Aubameyang.
I think there's a degree to which you can criticise it. However, the bit I love is the movement, the enthusiasm to get that many people in and around the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 players in and around the penalty area. By the way, I don't know why I even put Xhaka in this, but he of all the midfielders, of everyone there, he's the disciplined one who doesn't even get into the frame when you watch the replay.
And so he should.
Well, you're the worst. Because he's the most disciplined of the lot, right? Saka comes across, and he's holding onto the ball. It's a bit slowed down here. Cuts back inside, goes back to Aubameyang, and at this point, Smith Rowe is trying to get back involved, and Bellerin spots that there's a space to the right side of the penalty area. Fair play to Bellerin, because he makes a really good run that Aubameyang picks out. And this is where Bellerin maybe gets it slightly wrong, because his nod back to Smith Rowe is not great. But it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Nods it back, as Smith Rowe keeps it alive with a wonderful touch and rolls it back to Ceballos. And in this position, I'll be honest, look how many men are in that box.
Yeah.
It's complete and utter carnage. But bit of quality. That is what Ceballos gives you. And I know a lot of people, they're critical of Ceballos. They don't really know what, he's meant to be this great youngster from Madrid, right?
That was me.
What we're getting out of him. But that little nutmeg, because what you see is he opens up his body like he's going to pass it to Odegaard as a little flick. It's a little flick through the legs. It's very classy. And it doesn't look like a lot, but it's very, very, very classy. And he's in that position. I thought he had a really good first half. And he threads it through to Bellerin, one touch and past Meslier. And the biggest thing, and I'm going to talk about this as I play the goal one more time, the biggest thing that I see in this goal is constant movement. Dart there. Saka's come inside, doesn't have an option, and everyone was constantly moving. Ceballos, who at the beginning of the move was all the way out on the right, finds himself back in the middle of the area where he can thread it through to Bellerin, and it was pass and move,
Yeah.
and it was third man run. Is that's what they say? It's basically making runs.
It's a late third man late.
Yeah,
late
you
run,
know you're probably not going to get it. It's very unselfish, and I'm really glad that on 2 occasions Arsenal benefited from passing, moving, interchange that allowed for us to score 2 very, very good goals. And on the topic of Dani Ceballos, I just want to bring up this stat here.
I was going to say, Jaden, Teng, Wana, Cecil and James, when you be reading comments, I see your comments. It just seems like everyone is enjoying it. There's a lot of, I'm not going to call it spamming. They're having their own conversations. You know when you're in school and like, all right, you lot.
Yeah.
You want to have?
We don't have the power to tell them to shut up. Really.
So just that's fine though. You guys give us. I'm liking. I'm reading it all. They're having a bit of banter between other fans and other people. The headphones are in. Like, that's fine. Have your own conversation. Yeah.
Fair enough. Arsenal's biggest pass combination was Odegaard to Ceballos throughout the game, which is great because it means Ceballos getting on the ball. It means Odegaard's passing to his midfielders. It's not going backwards, which occurred 11 times. And by the way, 11 times Odegaard to Ceballos is the highest pass combination. How many times have me and you looked back on pass combinations where we've played badly and it's been centre back to centre back, centre back to Xhaka?
Oh, they're the highest
Xhaka
in the last game?
That was the highest, 11. Yeah. But that shows how balanced it was. That it was that the highest was as low as 11.
So,
and it was between midfielders.
And that brings me so much joy. But this is why it's so imperative that Odegaard and Ceballos start today. I don't know everyone's thoughts. We're going to get to build your 11s, but I think if Odegaard starts, which I want him to in the 10, Ceballos has to be in there. And I'm sorry, Smith Rowe.
I get that.
I think he needs to be rested. That's my thoughts. But
Ceballos also passed it to Odegaard more than to anybody else. I think there was someone else the same amount. Right, exactly. There was one other player who passed it to 8 times as well, but basically the highest tally was 8, and that was involving Odegaard. All I want to say is thank you very much to Real Madrid. That's all I'll say.
Thank you very you're being
for providing
our feeder team. Feeder team.
We really appreciate it.
We appreciate that.
A nice little cut price deal for the 2 would be amazing in the summer.
Yeah,
but look, I mean, it's all fun and games, but when we win and we have a good laugh, but that was really encouraging. And it took me forever to draw out this goal and just play through it all. But I'm so glad I did, because there was so much right about it. There were so many players involved. So often we show you things that happen that involve 3, 4, maybe 5. This involves 7 players in the attacking third and around the penalty area. It was great. I hope we see more of it tonight.
Now, I'm just going to quickly touch on Laser Gaming. Thank you. He says, come on, you Gunners. River Wild regular says, sing us a song, Cecil. I can't sing. Oh, this is terrible. James has to part with it throughout the day. Why watch Sky when you've got U2? Says Zam Human.
Thank you.
My guy. Big up. We appreciate that.
And by the way, I never say this on this show ever, because I don't want to be sound like I'm fishing. But I hope you guys are enjoying this, because it's very different.
Yeah.
You know, it could be seen as a bit.
Tell them.
No,
speak it. I know what you
no,
want
but
to
you
say.
know what I mean. It could be seen as a bit like, all right, Monday Night Football wannabes, or stats are boring, or whatever. Like, I hope people are enjoying it because I think it's nice to. I really wish we could show the footage. We say this all the time.
Same.
You know, maybe one day. But I think the big thing is that we're able to at least try and demonstrate how the goals went up and give a bit of analysis around them rather than just bombarding you with numbers and opinion.
Yeah.
Numbers can be boring, opinion can be baseless sometimes.
Facts.
But they all have their merit, so we just want to bring this as well. And we'll be back with Graham to do more of it as well when we can.
Definitely. And this show is like our baby, really.
Yeah, we do. We enjoy it.
We're building it every week, and we hope we give you just a clearer view of what's going to happen as the best view we can give you. Like today, expect to see this from Benfica. They throw all their men forward. Expect to see it, guys. I'm being serious. I was watching back their games this morning. I was like, wow, they go all out attack. There's 9 players up front, 1 sitting back. So that, and my thoughts on this as well. Saka and Odegaard are going to be, if they start, are going to be essential to today's game. Before I move, we'll move on. I'm getting trolled for the Bruno Mars and Calvin Harris. So.
Shame Calvin Harris didn't start for Leeds in this game. Well, to be fair, Bruno Mars is out there for United.
You're a joker. All right, moving on. So, what to expect from Benfica?
Yes. Now, I know you've got lots to say on this, but I'm not going to let you out. Firstly, sorry, cheers. Firstly,
go on.
Because, you've got a lot of great stuff, and I think we've got to have a real discussion about them. A lot of people won't know what to expect from them, but I wanted to bring this up first. This is what, if you see, go check out, quickly plug the Snapchat.
What is this? Oh, yeah, guys.
Right?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Snapchat, at AFTV Media. I hope I got that right.
Yeah, it's AFTV Media, yeah.
My guys, check it out. I'm being serious. Behind the scenes, you see James.
You see me stressing tonight because I'm just there
doing numbers,
frantically typing away, just trying to get some stuff. Because this popped into me last minute, but I was really curious to see how they've been doing in Europe in the last sort of 5, 6, 7, whatever it might be. I got to 5 years. And you got from 2020 down to sort of 19, 18, 17, 16 here. I just wanted to look at where they've been getting knocked out recently, how they've been doing. Obviously, they're a club that have tremendous European pedigree, and they're a proper side who've played Champions League football, as you can say, and as you can see here. And I think what I'd say is tonight we're coming up against a Champions League team. Now I know they're in the Europa League team. They might be feeling the same way about us because we're in the Champions League for so many years. But this is a serious, staunch test to get, especially for the first knockout round of the Europa League. That is quite mad. So, we're up against it. It's going to be tricky. But I just wanted to point this out that, 5 years ago, knocked out against Bayern Munich 3-2 in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. 5 years ago, isn't that long? Dortmund knocked them out of the Champions League in the round of 16, 4-1 on aggregate.
They've had a good run.
They finished 4th in the Champions League group stage a couple of years ago. And then Frankfurt and Shakhtar Donetsk knocked them out of the round of 32 of the Europa League. But they both came from finishing 3rd in the Champions League and dropping in.
Oh, okay.
So this is very much a Champions League side. I just wanted to point this out. Don't expect an easy ride, and I know you're going to talk a little bit more about this.
I was just gonna say, I came in on the Snapchat filming James sweating and stressing about numbers, and you see James working hard, and the Snapchat of me is me driving and looking at rainbows.
He's happy as Larry looking at rainbows. I'm busting a gut to try and number crunch.
Life.
I mean, by the way, these might be wrong because I was so rushed, but no, they're not. But I'm pretty sure they're right. But it's mad. They're a Champions League outfit.
Definitely. So check out the Snapchat, guys. We're dominating all socials at the moment, but make sure you look at that. Follow AFTV Media on there. But moving on. So Benfica. Now I'm not an expert on Portuguese football, and I'm not gonna say I watch it week in, week out, because I definitely don't. But we did a lot of research this morning and yesterday, and proper looked at some things. Obviously, I knew some bits as well. But what I did really realise was that I said this before, they throw everyone forward. And to back this up, I had screenshots of live footage to back up this point. But James,
So this whole time I've been apologising for not having pictures and footage and stuff. Cecil just wanted to bypass that. Apparently it's just not a problem for Cec.
Yeah, I tried to show you the actual photos, but again, we don't own the rights. James told me off. I felt like a little boy being told off. But I'm going to bring up the average the average positions.
Yes, sorry, bring it up in 1 second. I was just getting everything in place. Cool. Yes, here we go.
So, average position of Benfica. This was against Standard Liège. I don't know how you say it. Liège. Standard Liège.
This is their last Europa League
match.
tie.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this was their last match. Now, I just took from this because instead of I want to show you the screenshots, but I thought, you know what, this is a stat that kind of basically breaks down what I'm trying to say. Look how high up the pitch they are. Look, this is their average position. Now, you guys know if you watch the show regularly, you know James brings up our average positions quite a bit, and you'll see that everyone's kind of normally compact. We're not too far up the pitch. Defence line's still quite far back, but this is Benfica's, and this is what I'm just going to say today. They're going to come at us, and they're going to come at us like a ball in a china shop. They're going to fire. I don't know what I'm going.
You've been saying this a lot, that to expect like a full throttle side.
Yeah. That's what I believe. I genuinely believe today, and I feel, like you said, when we look back at Leeds, if we go out and try and take it to them how we did at Leeds, I think we may struggle. Now, I just think we need to be compact for the first, 10, 15, that sounds like a non-league manager here, stay compact first and then turn them. But that's what I think needs to happen. I think the essential players for today are going to be Odegaard in the 10, picking up the spaces of the ball and slipping it into Aubameyang. This is obviously if they start. And
exploiting that space.
They
clearly play with the back two.
Yeah, this middle ground here. Well, I know, this is what I'm saying. This is their average positions. There's only two of them. Obviously, they play a 4-4-2, but look how high up they are.
Do you know the thing I love about average positions, right? Mm-hmm. I think they display intent.
Oh, we've got a super chat.
I think you can look at someone's average position from a match, and you get from that what their intent was throughout this game, right? So clearly their intent was really high fullbacks and a really narrow kind of, because they play a bit of a 4-4-2. At least from what I look, that's what.
They play a 4-4-2 in attack. They play a 4-3-3. We say.
Right. Yeah.
They throw an extra man forward. But then when they're in your half, they're like, go, everyone go.
Well, and that's where hopefully we'll have a bit of joy. I mean, the other thing to say from this graphic is I do love the way in European football you just get the most rogue numbers. 71, 28, 82, 49. It's great. Do you know, I mean, joking apart, I feel like it carries some personality. Was it Jerome Boateng who had 77 Ronaldinho had 80 at AC Milan? I don't know. I got a lot of time for that. Was it? God, was it Zanetti? What number did he have? He had number 4. That was not a great number.
That's not, yeah. I was also going to quickly say, before moving on, so yeah, they're going to throw everyone forward, and I said Saka will be essential today, because he knows when to go down. I know Benfica are quite watching back, and they give away a lot of fouls. They're very tenacious. And I think...
But what we're basically saying here, I'm really sorry to interrupt, you're going to see something like this.
Yes, this is what I wanted you to do. Thank you so much.
No worries, man. It's all good.
Appreciate this.
It's all good. Happy to play my part.
You're
going to see something like that.
Yeah.
So what you'd hope we do, I'll be honest, and we're going to chat about the starting 11 in a bit.
I'd leave Aubameyang high.
Is have Aubameyang and Saka doing what they kind of were doing against Leeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep with that blue.
Because most teams, just to let you guys know, most teams, they put everyone behind the ball. When Benfica play like this, they fear that they're going to score, so they throw everyone behind the ball. But I want Arsenal to not do that. Keep tight and compact, but keep the option for Aubameyang and Saka high to catch them on the counter, because that's where they struggle. Otamendi and Vertonghen, they're quite clumsy. They're clumsy players, get Aubameyang behind, get fouls, or you just let them run and go and score their goals. I mean, you can just look at the Rangers game. I mean, there was a red card in that game. They drew 3-3. So, yeah.
Yeah. I've got to say, the fact that the Rangers are a good side, but the fact that they scored 5 goals against them in 2 games, that suggests to me that there's something a little off about Benfica's back four, maybe. Vertonghen and Otamendi, they're clearly decent players.
Yeah.
They didn't go from 2 years ago being absolute Premier League quality to suddenly not good enough for Europa League football. They're clearly quality players, but there's definitely something we can exploit there. Vertonghen was once, I think, quite a quick player and had a good recovery on him, but you know, he's not now. Otamendi never really was that kind of player. you've got to feel that we should be able to expose them. Because as you said, they're going to come full throttle at us. The reason I think that's also true is not just because of their style, but because this is their home leg.
Yeah.
They kind of need to win this one. They need to win and not concede. I'm very fascinated to see how this plays into the psychology of the game. Is it Arsenal we're going to be thinking, we need to score as many away goals as we can? Or is it Benfica who'll be thinking, I don't know, or actually it's our home leg, we need to win and make it comfortable, because they'll be worried about conceding. This is going to be fascinating.
It is.
How this plays out is going to be very, very interesting, I think.
Yeah, I'm just going to go to Arjan S. He sent a super chat saying, Xhaka is doing all right lately, but once Partey returns from injury, I want to see the pairing of Ceballos and Partey. I think there'll be a good pairing in the midfield.
100% echo that. Xhaka's doing really, really well right now. I was extremely critical of him for a month or two over our bad patch. I stand by all that. I absolutely stand by all that. But I've then got to be brave enough to say, not brave enough, honest enough to say Xhaka's playing really, really well right now. He has been a key part of this team. Yes, I still would like to see Partey and Ceballos, but Xhaka is well worthy of his place in the team right now.
Facts. And Tim W, thank you for your super chat, big up, says, you two plus Graham would be better than any TV pundits.
Oh, bless, that's really sweet. We'll get Graham back.
That warms my heart. And yeah, there's a tactical insight show of us three, and that was our last one. It was really good, I believe. It
was the only one we could do. Then lockdown,
then lockdown happened.
Locked us up again. But so that's a shame. But we'll hopefully get Graham back soon, and we'll do sort of this kind of level of analysis, straight after games as well. So yeah, if you wanted to look at though. Oh no, here we go.
Dun 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 dun. Background music. Danger Man. Danger Man section. So this is the Danger Man section where I look at the team that we're playing and who I think can be...
Just hurry up.
Yeah, okay. Get told off again. Can be the biggest danger that we need to look out for today's game. So I've looked at Everton Suarez. Suarez? I don't know.
This guy here.
Everton, yes.
Right, let's look at him. Suarez, as in
Suarez,
like
yeah,
Cedric.
So Cedric. I checked if they were related. I was hoping they'll be like little brothers or brothers. I really was praying. I was like going through the family. No, there's no relation.
No.
Everton Suarez. So he is my danger man of the day. Also, listen, I wanted to do a Del Taarabt because obviously I remember him playing and he was skillful and very that was my sort of player, flary.
And actually. While you're on that, yeah, keep going.
Yeah, so a flary guy, a Del Taarabt, is someone I really wanted to like. I thought that was going to be my danger man. However, after listening to the Benfica fans and doing some research on the games, yeah, he's not as consistent as you would like. And the most consistent player that I think we should worry about alongside a Del Taarabt is Everton. Yeah. Obviously, they have great. Do you know what? They have a good team.
This is why. That's when you mentioned Del Taarabt, I thought it was a good opportunity to say. There's a lot of players here that Arsenal fans will be familiar with. You know, I know you might not know a lot about Benfica, but there'll be a lot of players that, Otamendi Vertonghen we've touched on, City and Spurs centre-backs just a year ago, Adel Taarabt, QPR legend, I don't know if he is, Julian Weigl, he was like the up-and-coming youngster at Dortmund. He was the guy, right? And... obviously didn't work out. He's ended up at Benfica, still a very good club. And then Everton, who we were linked to Everton Suarez before we signed Pepe, because we wanted Zaha, and we're going to get them Everton. It's like a cheaper option. Ended up going for Nicolas Pepe in the end. So there's a few players there that, and I've heard of Grimaldo, good left back. Yeah. And there's other, they've got some very talented players. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, Everton is, like you said, we was interested in him, and I could see why. I've just got some stats here on the side here for you guys. So he's 24 years old, still got a fair bit of his career left, you'd say.
Yeah, a lot of his career left.
Shirt number 7, the reason I put this up here, I know it's a random stat, but just so you guys can spot him out, so you know who we're talking about.
Okay, yeah, fine.
I think that was fair. And then appearances 6, he's got 1, this is in the Europa League, by the way, these stats. These are his Europa League stats. He's had 6 appearances, 1 goal and 2 assists, and then his playing positions and ratings. So he's quite versatile. Be in the middle, can occupy the wing as well. His ratings heavily bettered that, obviously, on his favourite position is the left wing. So that
almost is the higher he goes, the better his ratings and his numbers.
Yeah, he's a very attacking player. His strengths are dribbling, very much just good ball control. And do you know what I'm feared of today? Which I think Arsenal aren't always the best at defending. He's got a good shot from range. He does.
Okay, that's interesting.
So he has a great shot from range, and there's basically a techie. He's a techie midfielder, but he plays out on the wing. But yeah, I'm afraid of his long shots, and that is what I think Arsenal, where we struggle. We can defend and whatnot, but when it comes to closing the ball down, fast.
But we did that well against Leeds. That's what I liked. We were in their face, especially in that first half.
Yeah, we were pressing,
yeah.
but I think when they throw players forward, which Benfica love to do, they throw their players forward, there's always like there's a midfielder or a late runner that will hold the edge of the box, and when it gets back to him...
So he'll be one-on-one with Bellerin then?
Oh my days.
I mean, if Tierney's fit. And this is a good time to actually go into
Right.
the 11 building.
Here we go, 11 building. Guys, that is your cue. Danger Man is over. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. So, background music.
I hate this background music. I hate it.
That's my favourite.
Even Don Robbie's just walked out with the sound of the background music.
The Don's not happy with it, but that hopefully this enticed him to get a sound machine. You know about the sound machine. So yeah. Anyway, we're going to look at the app. We're going to build our 11s. Guys, get your 11s in now. And we'll build them for you as well.
And just so you know, what we're building them on, if you've watched the last few shows, you will know.
How is Harvey trolling us?
What's he saying?
He's put big up Potter and Saliba. Harvey, you're supposed to be on our side.
Harvey, you're supposed to be working. What are you doing?
He is monitoring. He's monitoring the chat.
Yeah,
he's being a moderator. So
all right, Potter's not happy.
Big up Harvey.
No, I love that. We love Harvey. Guys, this is AFTV VIP. This is the brand new app. What was it about? A couple months or whatever?
Yeah,
How do you download it? AFTV.mobi. Type that in, or even type in AFTV VIP on Google. Download it, save it to your home screen. It's as easy as that. Don't have to use the App Store or anything like that. Nothing complicated, really easy. And what do you get? Well, you get a bunch of free content, firstly, for being able to build a starting 11, which we're going to do very soon.
Yes.
Do your AFTV, you all right there?
Oh, sorry, you said build a starting 11. I panicked. I forgot. I have to check some people. Right, here we go.
Oh, all right. Do your AFTV picks, take on Robbie, potentially win £1,000. Vote in polls. That is all free content, but for £3 a month, you will also get ad-free content. Everything that comes out on YouTube, you get it here. For free, no ads, ad-free, no watching it. I'm about to make a really good point, and then I get cut by, you know...
think of an advert.
The Dettol spray thing kills COVID-19. I'm like,
99%.
it's a bit depressing when I'm making a good point about Arsenal or whatever, right? You don't have that, so you don't have to worry about that. But you get all sorts of other stuff like latest news articles you can read. Sometimes you don't want loads of video content, you want something audio, you can get Forever Arsenal. That is a podcast, that is me, Mo, Turkish and Lee. I'm not logged in on this tablet, hence, yeah, he likes the podcast.
I like the podcast.
Ice Bath, you get to hear Robbie's opinions after matches, he'll chat,
It's all right. Now, I'm joking, I'm not going to get sacked.
Sacked in the morning.
Sacked in the morning. No, it's good.
And How's Your Touch? Quickly tell me about How's Your Touch.
How's Your Touch? I say it every week we're here. It's my favourite show. I mean, it's the only show I'm in right now on there, so it should be my favourite show. But it's football challenges, guys, with an influencer and a fan. If you guys want to get involved as well, you can get involved in it. Just send an email. The email to me is...
AFTV Your Voice, is it?
There's that one, but
it's a different one.
Yes, this one. howsyourtouch@gmail.com.
Okay.
Special one. So check that out. You can get involved.
Face, Cecil and influencers.
In football challenges.
Football challenges, skill challenges, whatever.
Amazing.
And the press box here, this is Robbie speaking to world-class Arsenal journalists from around the world, a lot of UK-based ones as well, who go to press conferences, are there with Mikel Arteta and getting their opinion on things. So there's lots of stuff. We are very late. So we need to build 11s. We'll build a couple very quickly.
Check out AFTV Picks, share of a grand. Don't ever forget
£3 a month this. For
£3 a month.
That's it.
Yeah, £3 a month. That is.
How much a week?
I forgot. 75p a week. That's my cue line.
You've been saying it all the time. I've not even been saying. You've been saying it. That's why I teed it up for you.
75p. Oh, it's not a golf club this week. A week. You like that?
Just give me the 11.
Oh, here we go. 11. Jammy Dodger. Jammy Dodger 13 says Leno in goal. Oh, let me do the form. Can you guys put your formations, please? Actually, I could probably work it out. Leno in goal. Cedric, Holding, Mari, and Tierney.
Oh wow. Okay. Why is Cedric so difficult? Cedric, Holding,
Mari.
Why are these so hard to find? Holding, Mari.
Hey, you can't say that. This for the,
Tierney.
It's so easy to find on the app.
So no, it's because I'm in a rush. It's easy to find when you're sort of chilling.
Yeah.
What's next?
Ceballos, Xhaka. Oh, it's got a super chat. Oh, Ceballos, Xhaka, Saka. Ceballos. Okay, so it's probably a 4-2-3-1, which I think is a lot of people are going for.
Read me the names: Ceballos, Saka, Xhaka.
Odegaard, Pepe, and Oba.
Odegaard, where is he? Here. Pepe, Oba, and Pepe. There we go.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised. That's what we saw tonight.
Okay, perfect. We've got a super chat with the starting 11. So we've got Michael. Thank you very much for your super chat. He's got Ryan in goal.
Oh wow, controversial. Okay.
It's controversial. Cedric, Holding, Mari, Bellerin.
Okay. Yep. Next.
Ceballos, Xhaka,
Ceballos, Xhaka.
then Pepe, Odegaard, Martinelli, Lacazette.
Oh, wow.
No Aubameyang because his form shouldn't just disappear.
Well, I haven't quite... Wow.
Oh, all
Okay,
right.
controversial.
Michael.
Very.
Fair
All right.
enough.
And there we go, Pepe. All right.
Okay.
Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, I've got the beaming eyes of Don Robbie behind me saying. All right, cool. So that is the end of the Building 11 section. Fade out music. Thank you guys for watching the pre-match build-up show with me, Cecil Jee, and James B. Make sure you check out AFTV Picks. You have until kick-off for a share of £1,000, which please go win that off Robbie. He doesn't deserve it. I need it, or you need it. Let's go get the grand. Let's go get the money. And make sure you stay tuned for all the further content coming your way. We have the starting 11 up next, into the watch along, and then we have obviously the aftermath show with Charlene and Pippa and Helen. And then we're going to fan cams. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.